All right, guys, as promised, I am going to do just a real quick live Tinder session. I won't do swiping today. As you saw in the previous video, I've got like 40, 50 new matches, a couple dozen conversations that I need to respond to. So I'll just go through in real time and see what happens. And actually, funny enough, in the previous video, you'll probably hear that there's a WhatsApp in the background. So as I was doing this live, one of the girls actually came through live on WhatsApp, came straight through to the house, just had a quick little rendezvous, let's just say that, a insta date, so to speak. And again, this is really just to illustrate what you can achieve with Tinder or any other dating apps out there once you figure out this process for yourself. So I've shared the screen when you log into Tinder. Again, I'm using a desktop version, so here's all of these nice matches I need to open before this shot clock down to an hour starts running out. Typically, when I do this, I will do the most recent ones first because there's a more of a likelihood that she's on the app. Or right here, we see, okay, this girl already came through and gave me her WhatsApp. So typically what I'll do here is I will go immediately to WhatsApp and Instagram. I'll follow her on Instagram, do like a hand up little wave. And then on WhatsApp indicates she's ready for logistics. Then I'll hit her up on WhatsApp, say, hola, ¿qué haces? Like, hey, what are you up to? No matter what she says, oh, I'm eating, I'm watching TV, I'm resting, I'm working, I always switch it back to, okay, you should do that with me, minus the working or something I don't want to do. Hey, I'm working right now. What about you? Oh, cool. Me too. Let's meet up when we're done. Okay, cool. Hey, what are you doing? I'm watching TV. Come watch TV with me. Oh, okay. Hey, what are you doing? I'm eating. Cool. Come eat something with me. Okay. Just keep it real. I just keep it real simple. Guys, this is why you want to have a call to action in your profile. So I matched this girl today. She opened me, said, hey, I'm down for your offer, 420 and adventures. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Instagram, WhatsApp. I'll pass you my information. She gave me her Instagram and WhatsApp. So this girl is down. In fact, I should probably get on this pretty quickly, but I'll go back after this video and hit this one up. So for me, if I were not, for the sake of the video, if I were not doing the video, this girl's down. Like, she's ready to go right now. So let me hustle through this. So I usually go in reverse order. Scroll hola. So I'll take my standard opener. In this case, it's hola, estás portándote bien. That roughly translates to, hey, are you behaving yourself or are you staying out of trouble, is usually what I say in English. The reason I do this is because I want a yes-no response. I want to know, no, I'm being a bad girl. Cool, let's get in trouble together. 90% of the time, she'll say yes, give you her information, and then you just move her along. This girl, doesn't really matter what she opens with. To me, say, hey, staying out of trouble. Copy, paste, hey, staying out of trouble, and so on. And you'll see these are all high indicators of interest. This girl opened me. She's a psychologist and sexologist and opened to heart. Okay, she'll be pretty reasonably easy to convert. This is what one looks like. She waved to me. I said, hey, staying out of trouble. She said, always and you. That's a fairly typical response. I'll say, yep, for now, yes. Let's change that. She'll likely come back and say, what do you have in mind? And then I just repeat the offer in the profile. So this girl looks like she's wanting to go back and forth on a text thing. Yeah, she's wanting to ask me questions. What do you do for a living? I've been busy. So typically here, she already has my information. I'm not going to do like a text game. Guys, just like I tell you, don't do endless text conversations with girls. I don't like it when girls do it to me. It's a complete waste of time. As you can see, I already have warmer options in the mix. I don't want to I don't want to have an interview with this girl via text. So guys like me can't stand it when girls do it when I have multiple options, and assume even if she's really not that attractive, she'll have a lot more options than you are. So it's likely the same sentiment. And I have girls tell me all the time that it's super annoying when guys try to get to know them through the app. The app is a lead sourcing mechanism. This girl doesn't seem to get that, so I'll let her know. She said, oh, yeah, I want to go to Polanco Day to a museum I've always wanted to go to. I was like, cool, you already have my info. And I'm literally going to tell her that. I was like, hey, you already have my info. Send me a message and we'll do something. Yeah, we don't need, oops. I'm trying to type around the microphone here, so I got some extra characters in there. Hey there, staying out of trouble a little bit. You, same. Let's get in trouble together. Said, I think you're a bit far away. That doesn't matter. A lot of times with these girls, I'll still give them my Instagram and WhatsApps. She's relatively close enough to where she probably comes to Mexico City at some point. At least in the next year, she'll be in town for some reason. So usually these girls are good for Instagram lead nurture. So I'm going to say, not that far away. Let's meet up when you're here next. Drop her my Instagram, my whats. I recently started because I have a +1 area code since I'm from the US and it's plus 52 here in Mexico. So I started separating the +1 from the 3-digit area code and then 7-digit number in the US, because a lot of girls don't understand that's a US number and they're like, oh, I can't find you, or hey, I tried to text you but it didn't show up in my WhatsApp. So it should be pretty obvious I'm American because I don't look like people here, but sometimes they don't get it. So again, guys, what I'm trying to get home to you with a lot of these little tidbits is each of these little things, it's not going to change the game any little detail. Oh, you add the +1 and then separate the rest of the number. But I've noticed that maybe 1 or 2 out of 10 girls I give my number to, oh, I can't find you, or hey, sorry, I tried to look you up and your number didn't show up. So you want to remove any of these little bottlenecks or kinks anywhere along the line. This girl waved. All right, cool. Staying out of trouble. They'll ask this one a lot. So, hey, they're staying out of trouble. She said, yep, a little bit. And you said, yep, let's get in trouble together. Said, sounds good. So she's already down for the offer. Once they accept the offer, then your chance of converting her is a lot higher. I don't even look at the photos. Like, this girl looks like she might not be that attractive. Oh, she's kind of chunky. So I won't meet up with her, but that's fine. She's already agreed to meet my offer. So I'll get her as a follower on Instagram. She'll share my stuff. She'll repost it. She'll give me more engagement. Or a lot of times these types of girls be like, oh, I have a friend who's interested. And then, all right, cool. Who's your friend? So, I never outright disqualify a lead. Only she can disqualify herself by showing low interest towards me, but I can route it to a different category. Like, I don't want to hook up with this girl. I don't want to date her or anything, but she can be an Instagram follower. So let's do that. And guys, you wonder where I get this information. I get this from girls. So you've probably likely had this happen on you've probably likely had this happen on dating apps too, to where you're like, hey, like, she's just looking for Instagram followers. Well, no, she's looking to potentially hook up or have a date or have a relationship even with the right person. But if she sees that you're not the right person, but she knows you're interested, yeah, she'll let you follow her. Why not? Who wouldn't do that? So she asked me, where are you from? I have a standard line. I said California, but I live in Polanco. Polanco's a nice neighborhood where I live. California. I've lived all over the US, but I say California because people here locally have an idea of what California means. And I think that more closely embodies my vibe. I'll still drop her my info because you never know. You got to show the game some love, and sometimes things will happen for you. Hey there, staying out of trouble. Ha ha ha. Yeah. And you. Sometimes I'll say, same, let's get into trouble together. So I'm basically saying the same thing. There's just different variations here. This girl, hey there, staying out of trouble. Yep, I'm a good girl. And you? I said, same. She's like, yeah, it looks like it, but it looks like you like 420. I was like, yeah, let's get into trouble together. How do you propose we do it? Tell me. I said 420 snacks and snuggles. Same as my offer in the profile. She actually said the F word in English. She said, yeah, that sounds awesome. And you'll see that most of these conversations are exactly the same. I'm not trying to set a date on the app. I'm trying to see, is she down? And this is like top of the funnel activity. Hey there, staying out of trouble. She said, hey, match. Yep, me always. And you, that's pretty common. Same. Let's get into trouble together. Again, I don't really care about her attractiveness because at this point, I'm usually on autopilot. I actually don't even look at her profile. I just put this all out there. And then what happens a lot of times, I'll be out and about and I'll get random WhatsApps or DMs of girls ready to meet up. And then I can take my pick. Doesn't matter what she says. Hola guapo. Hey there, staying out of trouble. Okay, so hey there, staying out of trouble. Hey Scott, always you. Yep, for now I'm being good. Let's change that. She's like, what are you talking about? Again, I have standard lines for these points in the conversations. Empezamos con... Just repeat my offer. Let's start with the offer that's already in the profile that you already swiped and matched on and messaged me on, but sometimes people don't get it, girls included. Well, let's not on the video. Yeah. Yep. This, guys, you'll see common themes. So, where are you from? And I always let them know, but I live here. That's a big one too, because a lot of times girls don't want guys that are passing through. Even if she's on a dating app, she wants to think there's a possibility of a relationship, but most of them just end up being hookups. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting the ball in her court, and the ones that are interested will hit me up, and then I will field my offers and then choose what I want to do, based on what I want to do at the time. So this girl, she's from out of town, but she's in Mexico City. So a lot of times these girls, this is why you don't want to wait, especially if you're in a transient town or a heavily populated town. A lot of girls come in and out of town, and you want to get her while she's ready to be got. Again, yeah, this one's not too terribly attractive, but I will take her as a follower. No harm done. So yeah, and then I need to be sure a lot of times too. So for the purpose of these videos, I haven't been doing this, but I need to follow up with these girls. So that's just me responding to my messages. Now we can go through the matches. This might take a little bit. Oh yeah, I've got a ton. And usually I do the latest matches first, but these are going to start expiring. Oh, that's lame on the desktop version. It goes to messages with this view. And you'll see I'm not even reading the profile. I'm not even looking at her. If she comes back and then I'm like, oh, this girl's gross, then all you have to do is just delete the match. So I'm all about efficiency too. Copy and paste in. So while I'll do this, I'll explain. I showed you in previous videos how I set up my profile. I'd say that's like your most top of the funnel activity. You want to put a good, attractive offer out there. Your photos are important. Your profile description is important. Be direct and to the point. I always advocate a call to action, link to your Instagram. Second step is to actually go through and swipe. Do that on the toilet or taxi, or I say Tinder on the toilet or taxi, or if you are task switching, don't spend hours and hours doing this. I'm doing this for the sake of the video. I actually haven't done it since I re-upgraded to platinum yesterday, which is why I want to start getting these matches before they expire. A lame little feature that Tinder released recently that I'm not a huge fan of, but it gives you a shot clock. It makes you make things happen. And I think it probably is done from a company standpoint, from Tinder's perspective. So they get people to log into the app more often, which works because I'm on here now doing a video before these matches expire. Next step, you guys saw at the top of the video, you want to actually reach out to your matches. If she opens you, even better. She has higher buying temperature. Prioritize the ones that are most into you. And then as I go through my match batch, typically I'll start from the most recent, but these are expiring and it's been a bit since I got to them. So I'll just go through this entire block here. And I do have some ones I got numbers from. I will have to move those to Instagram and or WhatsApp. It looks like a couple of them give me WhatsApps. 2 of them mentioned high buying temperature in terms of like, hey, I'm down to do it today. So those girls will get priority. They will likely respond to me very quickly. And we'll see if we can't make something happen. So as you see, yeah, this can get a bit cumbersome. This is why I don't check my apps day on and day off. I think I get enough engagement on the app to where really I'd just be spending all day on Tinder. And this is just one of my multiple dating apps I use. So you don't want to get burdened down by this. I do the matches in batches, which you literally see I'm doing here. It'll probably take me a few minutes to clear this out. And then any new conversations that come up, again, just move her off the app as fast as possible. I take the same mindset. I want her off the app as fast as possible because I do this in batches. And if she isn't playing ball, then there's a good chance she'll get lost in my stack as well. And then she'll never be found again. So girls kind of understand this. If she's into you, she'll make things happen quicker because she very likely gets a ton of matches. Usually girls get like 10 times more matches than I could even hope to. And I do all right for a guy. So that's why speed to lead is the name of the game here. Go and clear this out. We're about done. I probably should have counted this, but I think I had like 40 or 50 or something. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I did do the free version for a while of Tinder. I got like 2 or 3 matches a day, but it's when you start getting like 20, 30 minimum a day that you can really make things happen. Because again, you're working with volume. So this girl, all right, she responded to me, hey, there's no trouble. She's like, yep, I'm a good girl, or I'm well behaved always. I'm like, cool. She didn't ask about me, so I'll say, so I have different variations of this response. Like, hey, let's get into trouble together instead. That's a longer response, but she gave me a longer response. If she just says like sí or no, then I'll just say like cambiemos eso or whatever. So try not to over text. But again, you'll see that all of these are started off exactly the same. At various points in the conversation, I will go ahead and move it along. There are points of deviation at some point. You'll see with my open standard. There are some deviation points occasionally. You'll see with my opening standard script. Hey, they're staying out of trouble. It usually falls in a broader yes/no category. This is very common too. She's responding to me live. Hey, they're staying out of trouble. Of course, I'm a good girl. Let's get into trouble together. She's like, what do you propose? Obviously, the call to action in my profile just to drive that point home. And she'll likely say, oh, I don't smoke, but I don't mind if you do. Or she'll say, oh, I don't want to do that. But usually, instead of girls saying no on dating apps, they usually just don't talk to you anymore, which is fine. Like, I don't mind being ghosted or flaked on. It's kind of a coward way of doing it, but it's whatever. Because again, she's dealing with so many leads that she's not going to take the time to write you back. She doesn't like what you have to say. So What do you propose? See if it convinces me or not. Like anytime she takes those attitudes, oh, let me see if you can convince me. I don't like playing those games. Like for me, I feel like I have like hot chick energy. It's annoying. So I'll literally just tell her lo de 420, comida rica y caricias. It's like, what do you propose we do? Exactly what I put in my profile. Like, what do you think I'm doing here? She'll normally say hello if she's into it, or she'll give me her number, or she'll counter. They don't normally counter though, so I should be pretty good here. There's another girl that came in. Hey, they're staying out of trouble. Always. Let's change that. Pretty easy one. That's a more condensed response because she only gave me one word response and so on. But I'm not going to let this roll on. You can see why I do this in batches. Maybe I'll have to deal with the shot clock, but I'll do more of these videos, guys. We get value out of it to where I can just run through my daily Tinder maintenance in a live session. Obviously, for the follow up, there's exchange like personal private information. I don't want to dox anyone. So if you want to know more how to do that, I've got all sorts of ways I can help you. Reach out to me directly. We can get you on a one-on-one introductory consultation. I do coaching services. I have a course. My buddy and I, we have a joint offer course, and we even do boot camps here in Mexico City if you want to actually come to town. And then anything there in between. So really just reach out. Let us know what you need. I'll certainly help you out with that. Let me know in the comments if you got value out of this video, if you found it beneficial, or if you have any other content type suggestions. If you haven't already done so, like, subscribe, share, leave any comments below, refer to any friends. And again, hit me up if you need anything at all. And until next time, I shall bid you all farewell.